Earlier this week, I had the idea of what else can I embed in my Chrome extension that I make for our teachers and our students in our building. Um, those of you who don't know about my Chrome extension, there should be a link at the top. But pretty much you can see here I'm on my school account. And if I click this little button here, it's going to pop open the Chrome extension that we made for everybody. This is a great idea that I stole from Kurt. You see his name in my blog post, so you can follow him in that, Kurt_truck. Now, this is a very simple Chrome extension that you can make yourself just in a few minutes. And I have a whole blog post that goes over how to do this step by step so you can easily get started on this. You just steal my template, change the things to your own, and add it. Now, one thing I was wondering about was the fact that at the top here, I just have some buttons. These are just images that hyperlink to something else, but everything below it is actually an embedded Google Doc that's been published. So I thought maybe I could publish something else there, and I started thinking about my favorite tool, which is Padlet. So I'm gonna go to my Padlet here real quick. And Padlet is a great tool because you can do a lot of different things with it. You use it as a curation tool. You can use it as a way to kind of have people do like a think, pair, share, a parking lot type situation. You can have people even use it as a back channel in a learning situation, whether it's in the classroom or professional learning. But there are a lot of different ways you can use a Padlet, because one of the easiest things about it is to set up a Padlet so it can be secret, but that anybody with access can write. So anybody who has a link to it can just double click and add stuff to it. Now, I started thinking then, how could I embed this in the Chrome extension? Because if I go into my Padlet right here, and if you haven't made a Padlet before, it's a very simple thing to do, very easy. But after you see the people in privacy here, you see share, export, embed. And there are different ways I can share out a Padlet. I want to embed this. But the thing is, really, I only need that link here. I don't need any of the other stuff. There are some really cool things, and this works really well on a WordPress site too. So on my blog, I have a lot of Padlets resources. I just post that link and automatically puts the Padlet there. So we're just going to need this link. And then we're going to need to go to our Chrome extension. Now, in the video where I go over how to make this Chrome extension, I'm using Atom here. There are programs you use on Chromebook. I think I'll have a blog post coming about that in a little bit. But it's a very simple tool because this is the window page. You can see I'm on the window page. And this is what shows up when you click that Chrome extension. There's the header image at the top where if you click it, it'll go to a website. There are all of these things here, which will take you right to websites or documents or other stuff. And then down here is the embedded Google Doc. So the first thing is we don't need any of this stuff to show up in there. So I can actually delete that because all I want is that Padlet. And so I'm just going to delete that. There we go. I still kind of have that header image. I may change that. I may remove that. This is the part where you need it. And it's the Padlet. So where you see the iframe and all this, we're actually going to change that up. And see, this is the actual code I'm using for this. And pretty much the only thing I changed was where it said source, I just put in that link to the Padlet there. And once I did that, I saved the extension and I loaded it up into my browser. Now I get to see something that looks like this. And now you have a working Padlet inside of that Chrome extension. And this is right now, the way we're using it at our high school, I just kind of rolled it out this week, is I just kind of want a message board for teachers. I wanted them to be able to share positives that are going on, maybe shout outs to other people, events coming up. You can see we have a couple shout outs here. We have some things coming up, but it's very nice because they can just click that Chrome extension. And again, all you have to do is click it. My computer's a little slow today, apparently. And you can see everything in there. And then if they want, they can just double click and boom, they're posting to it. So you can see how this is a very simple way to give access to a lot of information. And you can use it in a lot of different ways. You know, don't use it the way I use it, but hey, this could be a great tool maybe even in your classroom. Maybe you use it as a back channel tool while you're going through all, for students to be able to ask questions and everybody else can see what those questions are. You notice that people don't really have to put their names in here, and that's a really cool thing. So Padlet is a very versatile tool. You can even embed it now into my little Chrome extension. So check out my blog post. Go to donovanscience.com. It's one of my pinned posts on there. And it'll guide you step by step how you can do this. And all you have to do if you want to change that is now on the window page, get rid of all that stuff, all those the buttons and the Google Doc, and just put in that link like this to the Padlet, and you'll be all set to go. If you have any questions, send them to me, Donovan Science on Twitter.